Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. Going to take a look at a Windham Weaponry here. And if you haven't heard of Windham, they are essentially what Bushmaster used to be. Basically, Bushmaster was sold to a group or a conglomerate called the Freedom Group, which was owned by or backed by Cerberus Capital. And a brief history behind that, Cerberus Capital has since the Newtown shooting decided to pull all their money and sell the Freedom Group. So Bushmaster and Remington and Marlin and some of these other companies are essentially up for sale to the highest bidder. Don't really care for when companies basically cave to social and political pressure and throw everybody else under the bus and assume their product's responsible for something. It's ridiculous. But nevertheless, Windham, in my opinion, is putting out a better product in nearly every way than Bushmaster is right now. And part of the reason is these are the same people making Windham that had been making Bushmaster for years. And when it was sold, Bushmaster kind of became the big box store AR gun. It went into Walmart, it went into Dick's, it went into all these places. And when you do that, you have to cut costs. And a lot of times when you cut costs, the ultimate side effect is that you cut quality as well. And I think that is what the Bushmaster brand kind of stands for now, is kind of your low-end AR-15. And what we have in gun shops from Bushmaster is not the same that you find at Walmart from Bushmaster, but you may not find them anywhere much longer. But Windham essentially did everything right when they rebranded themselves, and you're getting a Bushmaster product per se. It's made in the same factory by the same people, but they've really stepped up their game, and there are some really nice things with this rifle. This is an SRC model, obviously chambered in 223 or 5.56. It is an optics ready carbine, so there are no sights of any kind on this. It's ready for your Magpul sights, your Troy Battle sights, or a red dot scope, whatever you want to put on there. It's ready for that. Pretty standard flash hider up front. You're going to notice that it's a super bright black color. I'll get to that shortly. The barrel is really kind of the highlight of this gun. It's a really nice barrel. It is 4150 chrome moly. And I'm not going to get into the steel, but with a chrome lining. So it's essentially chrome lined bore and chamber. Really, really nice barrel. It's kind of an M4 profile. That's kind of the upgrade that I see here, is that you're getting, not just your plain Jane barrel, you're getting a really, really, really nice barrel. So I really like that. Standard, pretty much a standard heat shield here. Nothing special on the grip up front. Got your swivel mount or sling mount, I'm sorry, there already attached. As far as the bolt carrier group, it's chrome lined on the inside, so it's going to be durable. One thing, again, you're going to notice when you look at the receiver, this is aircraft grade aluminum. It's super lightweight, but it's pretty heavy duty. But you're going to notice how bright the color is, and I mentioned that on the flash hider. It's very bright black, not like a more muted color you're going to see on a lot of AR-15s. It kind of shows a little bit more dirt and dust, which he really cares, and fingerprints, but just kind of different when you look at it. Just that really bright black color. Even the buffer tube, really bright black, just kind of different. Pretty standard grip, nothing special. In terms of the stock, collapsible 6-position stock, again, pretty standard stuff. The big deal with this gun, in my opinion, was get an excellent barrel, a lot of features, and you're getting a lifetime warranty that is fully transferable. So sell the gun, and the warranty goes with it. By the way, the trigger in this thing, really, really nice. No complaints about the trigger. It's got an excellent trigger, and it's finished in black manganese phosphate, whatever, who cares. But and it's, I would probably change out the trigger guard here. Not a big deal, but I'm not a big fan of those. I'd maybe run a Magpul there and get a little more curve to it, so you could get a gloved finger or something like that in there. Again, fully transferable, made in the USA. I dig that. Not a big fan of the bright black color. But again, back to another big feature of this gun. Before the craziness ensued, and these guns are, like gold, this gun would retail in the $800 to $850 ballpark. Now this gun, you're looking at $1,500 and up. And that is what politics does to the gun business, is it takes guns that should cost $750 to $800 and turns them into $1,500 to $2,000 guns. And, it's crazy. But, here at the gun shop, it's the first AR we've seen since January 1st. And, I don't expect to get any more anytime soon. We're small. We get what we get. And, I'm going to sell them for what the market value is, and that's where we go. So if you're lucky enough to find a Windham, I really think it's a good value. It may not be on par with some of your upper level stuff that I really like, but in terms of features. But what you get for the money, if things ever straighten out, Windham Weaponry, good choice. No complaints at all. So, aside from the color. So, we'll see you next time. Keith from Trigger Happy. It's a Windham Weaponry SRC. It's a pretty sweet gun. Catch you later.